Okay, it's finally summer and we're back at Johnny's Country Kitchen and we're going to make peach cobbler and fried okra and stewed squash. So the first thing we're going to do is get the peach cobbler in the stove. I've got some beautiful ripe peaches that I bought at the farmer's market, put them in boiling water for about a minute, and then put them in cold water, ran cold water over them so that they're easy to peel. And in this bowl I have the juice of a lemon and about a teaspoon of vanilla. So the first thing to do is peel the peaches. And they peel, these are Freestone peaches, and they peel very easily. And the seed comes right out because they're Freestone. And then cut each peach into about 4 pieces, so that the pieces have some substance to them. And then put them in the lemon juice and taste the peach and see how sweet it is, because that's how you'll know how much sugar to add. These are really sweet. They won't need any more sugar than what goes on the topping. This is actually my grandmother's recipe, and it's really not called peach cobbler. She called it peach crunch. It works with any fruit. Taste this. This is my friend Bob. He's a wonderful cook. That's wonderful. Isn't that a wonderful peach? We haven't had a bad peach all year.
So a good peach year.
It's a good peach year. So for this, we show them the pan that I'm going to make this in. What size is that?
That's an 8x8.
An 8x8?
Just a plain Pyrex glass
So
dish.
I'm going to use 4 or 5 peaches because I don't want it more than 2 layers thick, because otherwise it will be too soupy. So if you use apples, you can usually you have to add a little bit of liquid to it. The peaches, blueberries, what else can you make? Blackberry, it's fabulous. You know, if you're making some with apple in the topping, you can put a little bit of cinnamon. So the topping I'm making tonight is very basic, but it can be flavored any way you like it.
Do you ever add lemon juice to your fruit?
I always add lemon juice to the fruit, and sometimes
And that's in the bowl.
And sometimes on the rind, especially important for a peach so that they don't turn dark. But to bring out the flavor too, and then just keep them like that so they'll hold for a little bit.
I can't believe a peach that looks like that was grown in North Carolina. It looks like a California
It
peach.
looked grown out of the sand hills.
And it tastes like a Carolina peach.
I remember my Aunt Margie, she would, oh God, my family loved peach seed. They'd go down and get a peck or a bushel of peaches. And then I remember saying, should be eaten as fast as she could peach and peel them. And my grandma was like, how many peaches have we got from this? She was like, oh no, that's a lot. I have to count the seeds.
That's such a cute. You put that on camera.
Oh, that's a great story. Oh, there's one.
That's good.
I was just saying, sun kiss. Here, yeah, boy.
Where's Parkway?
Outside.
That's wonderful.
God, that's a good peach. Mighty. John, those are the best peaches I've had this year.
They're fabulous. That's probably where's that thing? Yeah, I think that's probably.
You want to put me in to see? We're going to clean, rinse this out dry.
No, we can just put them in for good.
Okay.
See how they are.
Oh,
That's kind of cool. And since it's summer, now we're having gin and tonics instead of Prosecco.
oh, red wine.
So here are our gorgeous peaches. Nothing on them because they're so sweet and perfectly ripe, except lemon juice and just about half a teaspoon of vanilla. And now I'm going to make a topping, which is the easiest thing in the world and the best. This is 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1 beaten egg with about a half teaspoon of vanilla in that, and 1 stick of melted butter. You whisk the flour and the sugar together so it's mixed, and you beat the egg, you put that in, and then you just mix it up until it's got like a cornmeal consistency. And at some point you have to put your hands in it, and that will be soon. You can put brown sugar, light brown sugar, to substitute for part of the white sugar. Sometimes I use half and half. And if you're making a big, largest size of Corningware dish, Pyrex dish, I would use 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of flour and 2 eggs. Because otherwise you don't get enough of the crunchy topping. Just mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. And this is actually ready. You want everything to be, you know, about the size of peas, to the extent there are any pieces left in it. Just cornmeal-y. So that's your texture. Little clumps in it. Clumps are great. Then just sprinkle it over the fruit. Try to sort of pile it up in little mounds. If your peaches are not so sweet and you have to add sugar to suit your taste, you should not do that ahead of time, because it will render the juice out of the peach and it will make it too soupy, so that this topping gets doughy.
Just gets doughy or
Yeah.
gummy.
So just add the
And you put the sugar in with the peaches, stir it in?
just stir in
and
the
then
sugar
put
just immediately before you put it in the pan, before any juice has time to develop. That looks great. And then you get 1 stick of butter and you make it coat the topping as much as you can. The oven's preheated to 350, and you want to cook this in the upper third of the oven. That helps it brown better.
the crisp.
Yeah, to make it crisp, and you really cook it just until it's brown, which you should start to look at it probably at 20 minutes if it's on convection. If you have convection, use convection because it makes things crispier. And see if it's brown. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to put it in the 350 degree oven, set the timer for 20-25 minutes, and then check it. And here it goes in the oven. Let's check the peach cobbler. Here we have it. See, it's starting to look beautiful. It's starting to get brown. I think it could go for another 5 minutes. Yeah, it could go for another 5 minutes. Now the cobbler's ready. The crunch. And you can see the level of brownness. It's bubbly. So that just needs to rest and cool. I wouldn't eat that for at least 15 minutes.
But cool off.
Let it cool off a little bit.
You probably get a little crunchier than that, but it is.
It'll get crunchier. And
That's good.
I'm ready to eat it now.
I know
Dessert first.
life is short. And not certain. Okay, we've had a big old meal, and now we're going to have some peach cobbler. Okay. Come over here and let me just look at it. Can you hear it? Nice and crunchy on top. Let's see. There we go. Crunchy top. That's it.